Alright everybody, so we're here to talk about chapter 4 of the Book of Boba Fett, and I just want to give you all my thoughts before we even try to break this down, scene by scene or anything. This is the one. I'm not one that thought the show was like boring or bad or anything. I've just thought it was pretty much okay this whole time. Like, it's fun and it's very informative about what's happened to Boba Fett since. But to me, it's like, it's nothing near what The Mandalorian is or anything. But finally, this one right here, episode 4, this is the show I signed up for. This one was so good to me, and it was just definitely my favorite one. It's got like a heist vibe to it, which is really fun. That's pretty much all I can say without giving away details. If you have not seen it, go see it, because we're about to talk about some spoilers. So you've been warned. Let's jump into this thing. It opens up, him in his tank, so we get a flashback. And pretty much, like, I'm gonna say like 80% of the episode is a flashback, maybe more. Really cool. Like I've said before, I find both sides of the story interesting, but I think the flashback stuff is a little bit more interesting. So here he is, riding his bantha to the Jabba's palace. He's decided that he's going to take back what's his, meaning his ship. When he gets there, he scans it. He's like, oh, there's too many guards. Can't do that right now. He goes, camps out, and you see these flares, and the Mando theme plays, or part of the Mando theme. And I was like, oh, this is what happened to Finnick. And it is. So he rides over there, finds Finnick, puts her on the bantha, and then takes her to like a mod shop, which is technically like a tattoo parlor. That's what they have it. That's what it makes it look like. Like the way it's decorated, the way the guy is. It's where everyone goes and gets modded up to be like cyborgs. So she wakes up and he tells her, hey, I saved you. I did the best with what I could do. Pretty much tells her, you gotta pay off a little bit of a debt though. I need help. I need to break in to Jabba's palace and get my ship back. And she's like, okay, but I help you with this and I'm free. He's like, if that's what you wish. She helps him, and that's when the heist thing takes place. Really fun. There's some like kitchen droids that are really funny. There's like one of those little rabbit looking droids. He was like adorable. I'm like, this poor guy. Long story short, they get the ship and he's like, all right, where you want to be dropped off? Your debt has been paid. And she's like, I think I'll stick around for the ride. He's like, well, I've got some unfinished business. First order of business, kill the gang that killed the Sand People. So this part, I literally like clap and woo, because like, here you are, like the people. I'll position myself this way. And you're seeing them like go over all this, and then just slowly you see Bubba's ship coming from the background. And I was like, woo, here we go, and just like massacres. Oh my gosh, they got what was coming to them. Loved it. Second order of business, they return to the pit where Boba was inside the worm for all those years, and he thinks his armor's still in there because he doesn't remember what happened to his armor when the Jawas took it. So they get attacked by the worm, they fight off the worm. He eventually goes down in there, he's back up, and he's like, it's not in there. And Finnick's like, it did its job. It kept all the acid off of you while you were in there, you know? And they're just kind of camping out, and she's like, so are you really serious about taking over that place? And Boba's like, yep. He basically says, and I want you to be right there with me. And I'll pledge you my loyalty. I'll put my life in front of yours. You know, you put yours in front of mine, that type of deal. And she's like, yeah. So then he wakes up from the tank. He goes to that bar restaurant with that one girl owns, and the Black Wookiee, Christensen or something like that. He's in there raising Cain, just like beating up people. He ends up ripping a guy's arm off. And Boba goes up to him afterwards. He's like, hey, looks like you need a job. So now he works for Boba Fett. So then Boba calls like all the families in Mos Espa, I think is what he called them. up together, and it's basically like, hey, look, this is what the Pikes are doing, this is the plan, we need to stop them. And there's this big thing is, oh, well, they're only in your territory right now, so why should we care? And they go through all this political crap. And they eventually come to an agreement. And as they're driving off, Fennec's like, do you trust him? And he's like, I don't remember exactly what he said. Pretty much like, we'll see. And he's like, but I am gonna need some more muscle for when this war begins. And then Fennec says, well, with enough credits, you can buy muscle. And then the Mandalorian theme starts playing. Oh, I got so hyped right then and there. I'm like, yes. So my assumption is that Mando is gonna show up in the next episode, help Bubba kick some butt. I'm excited to see him again. I'm so happy. So I think next week, if it's not just them planning for the war, I feel like it's gonna be pretty action-packed. But we'll see. We'll see. So, comment and let me know what you thought about this episode. If I missed something important, comment below. I'll tell you my thoughts on it. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week.